So here we need to find the values of x, right? I mean, we need to find the values of y that will make this be greater than 0, right? And we are being told that x is an element of natural numbers, so it's still a solve for x. So let's see how we can do this, right? So you have x plus 1 for minus x greater than 0, right? So the first thing that comes to my mind is I can say this is written in a different way, right? So I need to write this. So I want to write this, right? I want to write this. I want to write it. I want to write this, right? To be x minus 4, right? Because I find that very easy to work with. So let's see. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to take out negative 1, right? So let's see how we can do that on a side, right? So the best way we can do that is when we take out negative 1, right? It's going to be like this, right? So x, and then this is going to be minus 4. So this is how we can do it, right? Because now when we have x, negative 1 times x is going to give us negative x, and then negative 1 times negative 4 is going to give us positive x, right? So literally this is the same thing. We just try to decompose it, right? So now what I am going to have, I'm going to have negative. I'm going to put this negative here. Then I still have x plus 1. And then from there, I have x minus 4, which is greater than 0, right? Is greater than 0. So now I need to get rid of the negative. So in order for me to get rid of the negative, I'm going to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. So what happens when you divide by a negative? The inequality sign always changes, right? So if you divide by negative, the inequality sign changes. It always changes, right? And it only changes when you divide by a negative, right? So now I am going to be left with x plus 1 and then x minus 4 less than 0, right? So from here, what I can do is I need to find the critical values. This is what I need to do now. I need to find the critical values, right? So how I'm going to find my critical values, it's very easy. So the critical values here, it's going to be x plus 1 equals to 0. So it's going to be x equals to negative 1, or x minus 4 equals to 0 is equals to x is equals to 4, right? So these are my critical values. And then I'm going to use a graph method. I think now you should be able to understand graph methods. It's also going to help you when you move on to the next chapter, which is functions, right? So it's going to help you a lot with functions, right? So what I'm going to do with the graph method, right, is I can see that when I say x times x is going to give me x squared, right? So this is going to give me x squared. So I'm going to use what? The graph method. What I'm going to use is the graph method. right? So I'm going to try and find the sign for a, right? So already I can see that when I say x, right, times x, it's going to give me x squared, right? So that means that I'm going to have a parabola. It's going to be a parabola facing up, right? So let me draw my parabola now, right? So I have great. So this is my parabola. It's going up, right? So now what I want is I want to represent my critical values, right? So it's going to be -1 here, and then here it's going to be 4, right? Here it's going to be 4. So I need values. I need the values of y that will make this entire expression to be less than 0, right? That will make this entire expression to be less than 0. So when you take a number line, for instance, right? Not a number line. When you draw a y-axis here, right? So this is going to be your y-axis. So all values that are here are going to be positive, and then, sorry about that, and then all values from here, they are going to be negative, right? That's the first thing, right? So here we are going to assume that it's 0, right? So the first one, it's going to be when x, right? So this can also be written as x, all the numbers that are x less than -1, or x, right, less than 4, right? So we are going to look for that, right? So that is going to be all the numbers that are less than 4, they are going to be here, right? It's all these numbers, right? It's all these values here, right? And all the values that are going to be less than -1, it's going to be these ones, right? So you can take up these values. So we'll just make this with a round to show that it's not included, and then including that one, it's not included. So how we are going to represent our solution, it's going to be, right, we already see that x, it's all the numbers that are less than 4 and all the numbers that are greater than -1, right? So this is how you are going to write it. It's going to be -1, all the numbers that are greater than -1 but less than 4, right? But, right, we must always remember, right, they said that where x is an element of natural numbers, right? So what are natural numbers? Natural numbers are all numbers, counting numbers. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah, right? So those are your natural numbers, right? So -1 is not a natural number, it's a whole number or an integer. So we are going to, it's a, yeah. So let's look for those numbers, right? So they said, but OX should be an element of natural numbers. So what we are going to do is we want those numbers between -1 and 4 that are going to satisfy this condition, right? So let's write the number line, right? So you have -1, you are going to have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all the numbers that are not natural here, it's going to be -1 and 0. 0 is an integer or a whole number, so we are not going to include that, right? So the numbers that will satisfy this is these numbers, right? It's 1, 2, 3. So how we are going to write it is, can either write it as x is equals to 1, or x is equals to 2, or x is equals to 3. Or another way is just saying x is an element from 1. Let's just say 1, 2, 3. So this is how you can write it. So these are your solutions. It's the same thing, essentially, right? And this also does count as a solution. Great. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to